Meet the Press is a presentation of NBC News. More Americans watch NBC News than any other news organization in the world.
There is someone with us who may want to comment on the poll ratings of the President George W. Bush.
Yeah, good to be here. Appreciate you having me, Tim. It's a great opportunity to maybe talk about some differences. I know that the press doesn't agree with my policies. You guys, that's fine. You just don't have to go out and tell everybody.
Why are you at 33% approval rating in the AP poll?
Look, I'm asked about the polls all the time. I don't, you're not popular with the polls. I'm not popular with American people either. Listen, if I wanted to be popular with the polls, I'd have run for president of Poland. I didn't. I'm here. Important thing.
Why did you fire Porter Goss or ask him to resign?
Can't tell you, it's a secret. I'd have to declassify unclassified information, or either I'd have to leak it. That's Scooter's job. I'm not a leaker.
You're the decider.
That's right. Yeah, make good decisions. Yeah.
Now, this is not George W. Bush, ladies and gentlemen. It's Steve Bridges, who plays George W. Bush. But I do want to show the two Bushes together. This was Saturday night at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Let's watch.
There's got to be a friendly face out there somewhere, I tell you. Oh, there's Justice Scalia. There. Or Justice Alito. Hey, boys. Bet it feels good to be out from under those robes. Toga, toga, toga.
You know, it's good to see so many influential guests here tonight. Justice Scalia, Justice Alito.
Yeah, all the usual suspects. Speaking of suspects, where's the great white hunter?
I am sorry Vice President Cheney couldn't be here tonight.
What a night. Now, a couple of years ago, you did a tape for Barbara Bush. You introduced Barbara Bush.
That's right.
Performing as George W. Bush. She sent the tape to her son, and the family watched it. You were invited to the Oval Office.
We, as a result, got invited to the Oval Office. That was a kick.
And then how did Saturday night come about? Did the White House approach you, and did you rehearse with the president? Tell us about it.
Well, in the first time we got to meet the president, he did kind of mention in passing, we're going to do something. We're, just going to do something, and just, I think it was in the back of his mind. And then we got a call saying, hey, from the White House saying, hey, we got something we're going to do. So, look, I'm starting to sound like the president even when I talk like myself. This is fun. So that's really how it came about, yeah.
Let me show you the real Steve Bridges. We'll put him up on the screen. This is what he really looks like. 2.5 hours of makeup to get you ready for this role.
Yeah, makeup artist Kevin Haney is the one who designed everything, and he's the one that put it together and crafts it and put it on this morning. And it's great. It's an amazing makeup. It's a lot of fun too. This is a kick.
Now, how long did you rehearse with the president?
I'd say a little under 30 minutes or so. We ran through it a few times. In fact, we were rehearsing, and I threw in that toga line, and I kind of looked at him like, yeah, and he goes, yeah, go for it, man. Let's have some fun. Let's do it. so we went for it.
How aware are you as a comedian of the line that you should cross or shouldn't cross in terms of the President of the United States?
Well, for me, the object that I have is, one, to make people laugh, and obviously my political humor is my niche, but I want to make people laugh and poke fun at people without being mean. I think that's the main thing. I mean, obviously, I'm making fun of the president, right? But I don't want to be mean, or whatever character I'm doing, whether it's Bill Clinton. We've got a Bill Clinton show. It's funny. You're poking fun at him, but it's not mean. Or if it's Arnold or whoever, it's just, the idea is just to have a great time laughing. That's really...
That might be a little difficult, but let us hear Bill Clinton. Even though you look like George Bush, let me hear Bill Clinton.
I want to just say this here. A lot of people are going to wonder, what am I doing on Meet the Press? I'm hiding from Hillary. That's the honest truth. I'm not saying she doesn't watch. I'm just saying I don't think she's watching this morning. Oh, man.
And the governor of California, Arnold, here you are, dressed like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think we have a photo of Arnold Schwarzenegger somewhere up there. There you are.
There he is. Yeah, there I am, right there. See, I want to do for America what I've done for California. I want to be president of the United States. We're going to get rid of the Washington Monument. It doesn't look a thing like him. It's ridiculous.
Have you been doing this all your life?
Yeah, since I was a little kid, imitating the Three Stooges.
Were you Curly, Larry, or Mo?
We fought over that one, man. Mo was prime property.
When you're with the president and his staff is around and you start throwing lines out, did they ever jump in and say, hey, that's a little too much?
Trust me, I was timid. I was humming. We had a great time, though. It was a fun rehearsal. It was really good. The president's got a great sense of humor. He took it so well. And he's got good timing, too, as you saw in the bits, so it was fun. But I left any kind of suggestions or critiques to somebody else. I just sort of...
So you're George W. Bush again, and if someone started challenging you, challenging your grasp of issues, challenging your intelligence, challenging your ability to be president, what do you say?
Look, Tim, I went to Yale, all right? I didn't let it go to my head. A lot of folks like to joke about me, and I admit it, maybe I wouldn't last too long on Jeopardy. But I'll tell you right now, my predecessor, Bill Clinton, wouldn't last 2 minutes on Temptation Island. I mean, there you go.
When people hear this, do they sometimes say, oh my God, this really is the president? Or when you walk through a studio, do people stop and say, hello, Mr. President?
You know, we do so many shows and so many events. The routine is that a lot of times it's a surprise for the audience, for the private event or the corporate thing that we're doing. So we'll go back through the kitchen. And I mean, I'll be people that'll be carrying trays and just do that. And they'll be talking like, that's President Bush. And they're pointing and kind of like, hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
When you watch him, are you learning every second his mannerisms, his inflection? And are you sometimes surprised by anything you've seen when you actually saw him up close? Anything different than you had imagined or had performed?
I think he's evolved over the years. He's changed a little bit, but there are some things that are just consistent.
How has he evolved? Is he more like George W. Bush?
I think he's probably refined some of his gestures and mannerisms over the years. That's one of the things that I've noticed. I think he goes through phases where he doesn't trip over his words much, and then every now and then he'll fumble a few things. But this is a good gesture right there. That's good. This has always been a good one. This has been a good one. My eyes get all big, like he doesn't do that. You know, that's kind of my being goofy.
But he acknowledges he has a hard time with the word nuclear.
Yeah, we had fun with it Saturday night.
The president has tried to use it as a strength sometimes when he mixes metaphors or stumbles words. Does that work with the public?
I think it's somewhat endearing. I mean, because the number one, I've always been told the number one fear that people in America have is the fear of public speaking. So I think in some way they identify with it. People get nervous and tongue-tied. I've got friends that are just brilliant dudes, but whenever they got to give some 5-minute presentation in front of their peers, they're freaked out for a week. So it is a fear, and so I think it's one of the things that might make people sort of endeared to him, like, hey, they can understand who wants to get out in front of a crowd, let alone the nation or the whole world, and give a speech and then be caught on any word you mispronounced or any sentence you didn't, say perfectly.
Dan Balls, you have a question for the president?
Fire away. Go ahead.
How are you going to save the Republicans in these midterms?
I tell you what, we're gonna work hard. I'm gonna hustle. Like I said, I'm not a lame duck. I'm a hard-working duck. I'm gonna hustle hard like duck through a goose. We're gonna get it done, son. We're gonna get it done. You watch what happens in 06.
Todd Purdom?
Is Vice President Cheney an asset or a liability?
He's fine, Vice President. He's excellent. I just wish I knew where he was. They're still hiding him at those undisclosed locations.
What about Condoleezza Rice, the Secretary of State?
Excellent Secretary of State. Keeps me informed on what's going on around the world. Reads the newspapers. Because of Condi, I know what to do wherever I'm at. I live by the old saying, when in Rome, do as the Romanians do. I believe in that.
When you walk into a convention or an appearance, how do you start? Do they play the Hail to the Chief?
Yeah, we do. We play Hail to the Chief, and I just head right up to the podium and usually have some customized remarks for the group that's there and just get right to it. We just have a ball.
What's your opening line?
First, it's good to be here. And third, it's just a joke. That's all. It's just a joke. But I like this president. I know teasing him and ribbing him, but I like the guy. Really.
But Republicans and conservatives and Democrats, they all laugh at that line.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, love it. Yeah, they got a really good sense of humor.
But what is it saying about the president?
I think it's endearing. I think they like him. I really do.
And how about when you do your Bill Clinton material?
We just started that, and it's going over really well. So we're having fun. I mean, we're in the process of refining, but it's looking really good.
Are you political at all?
You know what? I've had some political leanings, but the more I get involved in this as a living, the more I sort of back away from it and just look at it and think, in order to maintain my sense of humor, I got to have a sense of humor about everybody, and that's why I kind of adopted that. You know what? This is going to be fun. I'm teasing people. I'm having fun, making fun of them, but I'm just not going to be mean.
Do you go back and look at Von Meter's JFK and Rich Little's Nixon and Dana Garvey's George Herbert Walker Bush?
Well, you just mentioned three brilliant, you know, I mean, two brilliant performers and a brilliant album. So yeah, they are things that are in the back of my mind, part of my development for my impersonations and political humor. Yeah, absolutely.
And based on your performance Saturday night, you'll be now celebrating with Ford Theater.
That's right. Yeah, on July the 4th. It's an American celebration at the Ford's Theater. Yeah, big event. People ask me, when can we ever see you on TV? That's it, July 4th. Yeah.
Dan Balls, Todd Purdom, an honor to sit with the President of the United States. Two presidents, actually, George W. Bush and Bill Clinton.
Right. And a governor of California.
All to boot. What next? What do you do?
Well, we're working my tail off, you know.
Will you be sorry when George Bush leaves office?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, there's always sort of that, oh, crud, now what do I do? But like I said, we're always ready to do.
Do you have a Hillary?
Person. We've got a Bill.
Do you have a John McCain?
We'll get it. We'll get it. We will. Yeah, it need be. Whoever's there, we'll get going.
All right, Mr. President, before we leave, why don't you look into that camera and say goodbye to the American people? George W. Bush.
I appreciate you watching. Appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. God bless you. God bless America. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Steve Bridges, and we'll be right back after this.